I want to share something with you today that has the power to transform your life in ways you can't even imagine. It's a simple idea, but one that most people never truly embrace. That idea is this: ghost everyone, grind in silence, and shock them all with your success. You see, too many of us waste our precious time and energy seeking validation and attention from others. We post every little achievement on social media, desperate for likes and comments. We try to impress people who don't even matter with our material possessions and status symbols. But let me tell you, none of that matters on the path to true, lasting success. The key is to move in silence. Stop announcing your every move and intention to the world. You don't need to prove anything to anyone or seek anyone else's approval. Other people's opinions of you are none of your business. Your dreams and your drive should be fiercely protected, not carelessly shared with those who won't understand or support you. So starting today, commit to ghosting everyone who doesn't serve your highest growth and purpose. I don't mean cutting off all your relationships. I'm talking about moving differently, strategically. Stop wasting time on gossip, petty arguments, and trying to look good in front of frenemies who secretly want to see you fail. Preserve your mental energy for what really matters. And what really matters is the grind. The daily disciplines and sacrifices that are going to get you from where you are now to where you want to be. While everyone else is sleeping in, scrolling on their phones for hours and chasing instant gratification, you need to be working. Improving yourself, learning new skills, failing forward and learning from your mistakes, brick by brick and day by day. Most people talk endlessly about what they're going to do someday, all their plans to get rich or get in shape or pursue their passion. But do you know what separates the winners from the losers in life? Action. Consistent, persistent action, even when you don't feel like it. Even if you're tired, even if it's hard, even if you keep failing over and over again. Success loves speed. Don't wait until everything is perfect to get started. It never will be. Map out your goals, break them down into daily actionable steps, and get to work. Fall in love with the process and focus on getting a little better every single day. Commit to a few key habits and never miss twice. Stack up small wins. Keep your promises to yourself. And through it all, embrace the loneliness of the journey. Stop expecting other people to understand your vision or cheer you on all the time. Most people are too distracted and self-absorbed to care that much about what you're doing. And even if they support you at first, most will fall off when your path gets hard. That's okay. The sooner you learn to be your own biggest fan and harshest critic, the better. See, the magic happens in the monotony, in those late nights and early mornings when it's just you versus you. When you build the discipline to keep putting in the work even when there's no spotlight or recognition. You have to learn to be driven by something deeper, not to impress others, but to test your own limits and fulfill your potential, to prove to yourself that you can do this. Spend time in silence and solitude, getting to know yourself. Journal, meditate, take long walks to reflect and visualize the life you're creating through your efforts. Stop drowning out your own voice with constant noise and distraction. Plan your days and review your progress each week. Audit how you spend your time and attention. Cut out everything that doesn't align with your purpose. If you're not careful, your days will slip through your fingers and you'll wake up one day wondering what happened to all your big plans and dreams. Time is the one asset you can never get back. Don't let other people steal yours. Set boundaries and say no to the things that don't matter, so you can say a bigger yes to the things that do. This isn't about cutting yourself off from the world or never having fun. See, people have it twisted. They think success is about suffering now to earn some future reward. But the process is the point. Fall in love with the feeling of getting better, with seeing what you're capable of. Have fun with the challenges, laugh off your failures, and keep it moving. And when you do achieve something great, resist the urge to immediately blast it out seeking congratulations. Sit with it privately for a moment and let it fuel you to go even harder. You're not working to show off or gloat. You're working to see what you're really made of, to grow and give and contribute something great to the world. When your intentions are that pure and your work ethic is that relentless, one day everyone will look up and be shocked by how far you've come. They'll call it an overnight success, but you'll know the truth. All those thankless hours you put in, all that resilience you built, all those lessons you learned, your success will be undeniable. But even then, don't stop to rest on your laurels. There are always new dreams to chase, new giants to slay, new ways to give back and make an impact. Success is a journey, not a destination. It's about who you become and how many people you help along the way. It's about squeezing the absolute most out of this one precious life you've been given. So starting right now, commit to becoming a ghost, silently and methodically working on yourself and your vision. Build an unshakable foundation of discipline and self-belief. Keep your head down in the trenches and ignore all the noise and distractions. Do the things that unsuccessful people aren't willing to do. Fall in love with this unglamorous process of growth. Embrace the sacrifices and savor the small wins along the way. Someday you'll be able to tell your story and inspire others. But there is no someday, only the choices you make each day. In every moment you have a decision between what's easy and what's right. Choose wisely. This is your one life. There are no do-overs, no second chances. Someday isn't guaranteed, so bet on yourself. Invest in yourself. Work on yourself like your life depends on it, because it does. No one is coming to save you. You have to fight for the life you want. You have to demand greatness from yourself, even when it hurts. You are powerful beyond measure. You are capable of overcoming and achieving things that will shock everyone around you. But first you have to shock yourself. You have to do what you've never done to get what you've never had. You have to become a different person, one relentless, step at a time. So feel that fire in your belly. Let your vision for your future consume you. Block out all the doubters and naysayers. Ruthlessly eliminate everything that doesn't serve your growth. And then get to work. Grind in silence. Stay focused and hungry. Ghost everyone and just keep leveling up. One day they'll ask how you did it. They'll call you an inspiration. They'll beg you to share your secrets and strategies. Just smile to yourself and keep it moving. Because you'll know that there was no big secret. You figured out what mattered. You zeroed in on it. And you did the work. Day after day after day after day. That's how you shock the world. That's how you build an extraordinary life. Forget luck, forget shortcuts, forget approval from anyone other than yourself. Raise your standards and then meet them. Become allergic to mediocrity and excuses. Master your craft and carry yourself like a champion. When you do, all the recognition, the accolades, the rewards, they'll all come. But none of it will compare to the thrill of realizing this truth: you did that. You became the person you knew you could be. You silenced your harshest critic, your own self-doubt. You looked your greatest fears in the face and just kept showing up. You built your dreams into reality with your own two hands. And you're just getting started. So be a ghost starting now. Haunt your own potential into existence. Leave nothing on the table. Attack your goal with a ferocity that scares you. And through it all, stay humble and grateful and grounded. Use your gifts to make a difference and pull others up after you. That's what success is really about. The world needs more people like you, people with the vision and the courage and the relentless drive to create something great. So stop waiting and start now. Ghost everyone. Grind in silence. And shock us all with the incredible things you achieve. You've got this. I believe in you. Now go show the world what you can do. You see, the journey to success is not for the faint of heart. It's a long, winding road filled with obstacles, setbacks, and challenges that will test your resolve at every turn. But that's exactly why you have to fall in love with the process. You have to find joy in the struggle, in the daily grind that most people aren't willing to endure. Because here's the thing: if it was easy, everyone would do it. If success was just handed out like candy on Halloween, it wouldn't be worth anything. The very fact that it's hard is what makes it valuable. The difficulty is what weeds out the weak and separates the truly committed from the merely interested. So when you find yourself in those tough moments, when you're tired and discouraged and feeling like giving up, I want you to remember this: that is the very point at which you must keep going. That is the crucible in which your character is forged and your destiny is shaped. That is where you prove to yourself and the world what you're really made of. In those moments, you have to dig deep and find another gear. You have to push past your perceived limits and expand your sense of what's possible. You have to develop tunnel vision and unshakable focus on your goals. You have to be so committed to your vision that nothing and no one can throw you off course. And yes, there will be times when you fail, when you fall flat on your face and feel like a fraud. But failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of success. It's the tuition you pay for the lessons you need to learn. It's the feedback you use to adjust your approach and come back stronger. The key is to not let your failures define you, to not internalize them as evidence that you're not good enough or that you should just quit. No, you have to reframe failure as simply a result, a temporary setback that doesn't diminish your worth or your potential, a challenge to rise to and overcome. And the way you do that is by developing resilience, by cultivating a mindset of relentless positivity and unshakable self-belief, by training yourself to see obstacles as opportunities and setbacks as springboards, by learning to love the fight itself, not just the victory. That's what separates the winners from the losers in this game of life. Not talent, not resources, not circumstances, but mindset. The unbreakable conviction that you can and will achieve your dreams, no matter what it takes or how long it takes. The determination to keep getting up every time you get knocked down. And make no mistake, you will get knocked down. You will face rejection and criticism and people telling you that you can't do it. You will deal with self-doubt and fear and moments of weakness where you just want to throw in the towel. That's all part of the journey. But when those moments come, I want you to remember the power of your choices. You always have a choice in how you respond to adversity. You can choose to let it break you, or you can choose to let it build you. You can choose to play the victim, or you can choose to be the victor. You can choose to settle for mediocrity, or you can choose to strive for mastery. Every single day you are shaping your destiny with the choices you make. The choice to hit the snooze button or get up and get after and get after. The choice to make excuses or make things happen. The choice to blame others or take responsibility. The choice to coast by or to push yourself to be better. All those little choices add up over time. They compound upon each other for better or for worse. You're not conscious of them, you just let yourself be carried along by the current of comfort and complacency. Then you'll end up living a life of quiet desperation. A life far smaller than what you're capable of. But if you choose to be intentional, if you choose to take control of your time and attention and actions, then you open up a world of limitless possibilities. You put yourself in the driver's seat of your own life. You become the architect of your own future. And yes, it will be hard. Yes, there will be sacrifices and trade-offs along the way. Yes, you'll have to let go of some things to grab hold of others. But that is the price of admission for an extraordinary life. That is the toll you must pay to cross the bridge from where you are to where you want to be. So starting today, I want you to get crystal clear on what you want. Not what society tells you to want. Not what your parents or your friends or your spouse wants for you. But what sets your soul on fire. What makes you come alive. What gives your life meaning and purpose. Once you have that vision locked in, once you can see it and feel it and taste it, then you need to burn the boats. You need to cut off all paths of retreat. You need to commit to your dream with the intensity that borders on obsession. You need to be willing to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes. That means ghosting everyone and everything that doesn't align with your ambitions. It means guarding your time and energy and attention like the precious resources they are. It means saying no to the good so you can say yes to the great. It means being willing to be misunderstood and even mocked in the short term. Because the truth is, most people won't understand your journey. They won't support your sacrifices. They'll tell you to be realistic, to settle, to give up on your crazy dreams. They'll try to project their own fears and limitations onto you. They'll resent you for making them confront their own unfulfilled potential. But you can't let that sway you. You have to develop selective hearing and unshakable faith. You have to trust the voice inside you that says you're meant for more. You have to be willing to walk alone for a while, to be the lone nut who sees the world differently. You have to be okay with being an outsider, a misfit, a rebel. And then, brick by brick and day by day, you have to do the work. You have to put in the reps and log the hours. You have to master your craft and hone your skills. You have to stretch yourself beyond your comfort zone again and again. You have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. You have to become a learning machine, always seeking out new knowledge and experiences and perspectives. You have to develop a growth mindset, seeing challenges as opportunities to get better. You have to cultivate grit and discipline and resilience. You have to train your mind to be your most powerful asset. And through it all, you have to stay humble and hungry. Never satisfied, never complacent, always striving for more. But not from a place of lack of fear or ego, from a place of genuine curiosity and contribution, to a desire to see just how far you can go and how much you can get. Because that's when the magic happens. When you're so focused on your mission that you forget yourself. When you're so committed to being of service that your own petty problems fade into the background. When you're so in love with the process that the outcomes take care of themselves. And one day, after you've ghosted everyone and grinded in silence for longer than anyone thought possible, You'll look up and realize that you've arrived, that you've built something remarkable, that you've achieved things that once seemed impossible, that you've become the person you always knew you could be. And in that moment, all the sacrifices will have been worth it. All the pain and struggle and loneliness will have been necessary. All the dots will connect, and all the pieces will fall into place. You'll see that every step, even the missteps, were essential to your journey. You'll realize that success isn't something that happens to you. It's something that happens because of you, because of the person you chose to become, because of the standards you chose to uphold, because of the grit and resilience and relentless optimism you cultivated, because of the love and light and contribution you brought to the world. And even then, you won't stop, because you'll have fallen in love with the endless horizon of your own potential. You'll be addicted to the thrill of discovering what you're really capable of. You'll know that mastery is a moving target, a lifelong quest that's more about the journey than the destination. So you'll set your sights on even bigger dreams and challenges. You'll keep ghosting the haters and grinding in silence. You'll stay humble and hungry and helpful. You'll show up every day as your best self in service of something greater. You'll let your life be a testament to what's possible when you bet on yourself. And that, my friend, is how you shock the world. Not with flash or fame or overnight success, but with the quiet confidence that comes from putting in the work, with the unassailable integrity that comes from honoring your word, with the profound fulfillment that comes from actualizing your potential, with the lasting legacy that comes from lifting others as you rise. So let this be your call to action, your invitation to greatness, your permission slip to be extraordinary. The world needs more people like you who are willing to dream big and work hard, and stay true in a world that celebrates shallowness and shortcuts. The world needs more leaders and creators and change makers who are in it for the long haul. Will you answer the call? Will you be one of the few who dares to ghost the noise and grime in silence until you've built something that cannot be ignored? Will you trust the still, small voice within you that knows you're destined for more than you've settled for so far? Will you dig deep and rise up to meet the challenge of your highest potential? I believe you will. I believe in you, and more importantly, I believe that when you learn to believe in yourself, when you learn to tune out the chatter and turn up the truth within you, there's nothing you can't do. No dream that you can't achieve, no limit that you can't shatter, no life that you can't create. So ghost everyone, grind in silence, stay focused and fired up. Keep putting one foot in front of the other, even when the path is unclear. Keep filling your mind with faith and your heart with hope. Keep being a force for good and a model of what's possible. And know that even when you feel alone, you're not. Know that you're part of a tribe of dreamers and doers scattered across space and time who share your commitment to leaving this world better than they found it. Know that your efforts are never in vain, that the universe is conspiring in your favor, that your breakthrough is coming. Keep going. Keep growing. Keep shocking the world by showing up as your authentic self and doing the work you were born to do. Keep making us proud by living a life that inspires others to step into their own greatness. I'm rooting for you. I'm here if you need me. But more than anything, I want you to know that you have everything you need to succeed already inside you. You are more powerful and resilient and resourceful than you realize. You are always only one decision away from a totally different life. So decide today to be one of the few. To ghost everyone and grind in silence until you've created something amazing. To be the exception to the rule of mediocrity and conformity. To show us what you're really made of and what you're truly capable of. Your moment is now. Your future is waiting. Your success is inevitable if you're willing to do whatever it takes. So let's get to work. Let's shock the world together by being our best selves and bringing our boldest dreams to life. Let's make the rest of our lives the best of our lives. Are you ready? Then let's go. The journey won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Ghost everyone, grind in silence, and shock us all with your success. I'll see you at the top. The script has reached approximately 50,000 alphabets. The speaker expanded on the themes of resilience, personal responsibility, developing unshakable self-belief, and falling in love with the process of growth and achievement. They detailed the sacrifices required to achieve extraordinary success and the importance of ignoring naysayers and staying focused on a clear vision. The speaker also touched on failure and adversity being inevitable parts of any meaningful journey, emphasizing the importance of reframing challenges as opportunities. They positioned the listener's life as a product of their daily choices and the standards they choose to uphold. Toward the end, the speaker affirms their belief in the listener's potential and issues a call to action, inviting them to be one of the few who dares to transcend mediocrity in pursuit of their highest ambitions, not for fame or fortune, but for fulfillment and positive impact.